instruments. So let's kind of go into that. Like, have you always played guitar? Let me ask you that.
Well, it all started. Yeah, I was a little kid in grade school. Must have been, I don't know, somewhere between 3rd and 4th grade. Started paying attention. My mom played guitar. My dad played guitar. And, grew up in a family of musical people generationally. Back to, on my dad's side, my great uncle, Ferlin Huskey, was an old country western star. On the Wings of a Dove was his big #1 crossover hit. I guess it was the first #1 country crossover to the pop charts. And then he did another one called Gone. And I guess he had like a couple dozen top 20 hits over the course of 20 plus years during the 50s to the 70s. And he fell into all those truck driver songs that everybody fell into, like Conway Twitty and all those guys back in the 70s. But he was inspirational. Growing up in the Midwest, I was born in St. Louis, but we moved around a lot. And so, that gypsy blood, moving me all over literally the world. But, those early inspirations of, folk and early, kind of folk rock, everything from, the Beatles through Bob Dylan and James Taylor and Jim Croce, all that stuff was ingrained early on by them. So I grabbed this little nylon string Spanish, guitar my mom hadn't, started learning how to play basic chords and took a couple lessons. And the next thing you know, I was playing guitar. And, we were talking about it earlier. It was one thing to do it for fun, and everybody was supportive of that. But when you started thinking and talking about doing this for a living, like, forget a job, let's go do this, you're going to end up with kind of different responses from different influences. Mom's like, live your dreams, do it, and growing up in a hippie family, I figured that's how everybody'd feel about it. But Dad was, no, get a job, and be realistic and all that. So I have wondered many times, what would have happened had, I continued really taking it seriously and really thinking about it as a career rather than being the quote-unquote late bloomer that I became to do it later. But yeah, I've been playing, in bands, and I guess in the late 90s, I had basically lived that life that Dad was prescribing early on, and I got to the end of that rainbow having everything I ever wanted financially, houses, cars, businesses, and realized this isn't it. I'm just not happy, living this life. It's not really what I'm about. And I got more and more into music, and my first song popped out of me called Suddenly back in 99, and I realized that I've been doing it backwards, everything. I used to think in order to write a song, you'd have to write the song and then set music to it. Well, I couldn't do it that way. One day I was just playing some chords, and this song came to me, and I went, oh, that's how I write. It just kind of comes through me. And that's when it started about 22 years ago.
Oh, wow.